in life sometimes, whether you're going through a tough time, you're in like a really rough low, you're addicted to drugs, you got fired from your job.
Why are you adding me right now?
You hit a curb. You know hot girls hit curbs. A lot of things can happen. But sometimes, and if there's anything I've learned from this movie, Abigail, it's that you should just kidnap a little girl.
True. All we have to do is that, and I won't have to ever go to a 9 to 5 ever again. And the rest of you can work your cringe 9 to 5.
You'll get 2 meals a day for the rest of your life.
I get what?
You'll get 2 meals a day for the rest of your life.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, until they give you the chair. All right.
Who's to say I would get caught?
Hello, everyone. This is our non-spoiler review for Abigail, and I'm going to start with the first hard-hitting question. I'm Coleman. This is Draven.
That was a good question.
We're best We're best buddies. I want to start off with a hard-hitting question. How do you feel about euthanasia? How do you feel about lethal injection? How do you feel about the chair?
I don't think it'd work on Abigail.
Okay, I don't care about that. How do you like? What are your moral?
That's what we're here to
standings?
talk about, gamer. Okay, weird question to randomly shoot up at me. I get it, shoot up.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
I mean,
people are gonna think that we like actually just like did meth before we got here.
I mean, I always do meth before I do anything. That's how I look. So kawaii.
Yep.
So my thing is if you are like a murderer or like,
then you get a free pass. You should leave.
or like,
You should be allowed to leave.
I don't want to say the word because internet
I
wise,
understand.
but you know what I mean. So like, person who forces themselves onto others, yeah. Those type of peoples, and I know it might be a hot take, but pedophiles as well. I'm cool with it being used
You're
on
cool
that.
with pedophiles.
I said I'm cool with it.
All right, cut the podcast. We're out of here. We're done, guys.
I did say it was a hot take after all.
You said this might be a hot take. Pedophiles? I'm cool with them. You know, let them go.
I said I'm cool with it to use it on them. You
Use it on
absolute buffoon.
Okay. This has been the perfect trap of all time. Okay.
Yo, Trap, that's the new
M. Night Shyamalan.
Shyamalan movie coming out
I'm excited
soon.
for that. Are we going to watch it in theaters?
There ain't no way we just pivoted from pedophile
To M. Night Shyamalan?
Sure.
If we were insiders, that would be more concerning, but we're not. So
yeah, we're not. We're
It's
just
fine.
absolute buffoons.
yeah.
So
Don't take what we say
anyway,
seriously.
for your original question, for those 3 types of people, I'm cool with it being used on. But if you're asking me like use it on everything, like oh yeah, I'm in jail because I smoked weed, hit the chair. No,
See,
that's dumb.
I appreciate your viewpoint on this.
However, I want to stop you there also. I also have the side of me where I'd rather them suffer and live in life and have to actually do and live through all that instead of just getting the easy way out.
I mean, that is really smart that you like. I like that, and I swear to God, we're going to talk about this movie. I really enjoy like that concept of like, you know, the worst of the worst people either deserve death
Or just the worst of the
they
worst
deserve
of living.
You know, the rest of their life being hopefully beaten and shanked and you know attacked and whatnot. I like that. I would propose, you know, I motion to the group. I would like to add one more group to that.
Okay.
I think jaywalkers really annoy me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
yeah, I think that's probably worse than all 3 of them combined. I'm gonna
yeah,
be real with you.
I agree.
It's crazy. You know how annoying it is when I'm just going down the street and a jaywalker's like, dude, get out of the way. I have to go get my fucking coffee from Dunkin' Donuts.
About to turn this into a manslaughter
Jesus
charge.
Christ, dude. Exactly.
Yeah.
But at least mine isn't as bad as jaywalking. So, like, honestly, I shouldn't even go to jail for hitting him because he broke the law first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think the first jaywalker was named Jay?
And was he walking? Not running?
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God,
have
did
to
we
talk
just
about
cut?
the movie. We have to talk about the movie before they leave.
Everyone's already left.
They're
We
gone.
haven't even talked about the movie and they're
They
gone.
came because of a short, and they're like, what the fuck is this shit? Okay. Okay, so Abigail. We're going to do a non-spoiler review because we each saw it like a week and a half to a week ago. And
He didn't go with me because he's too cool, I guess. He didn't want to go
I didn't
with
want to
me.
be seen in public with him.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Well, there was only like 2 other people in my viewing, so it was very empty, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I heard that the budget was pretty decent used, and their return in money has at least been positive now.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked in a while on what they're actually cooking.
the fuck?
But I do know that they at least have a positive return of at least $1, which is awesome because this movie, great movie. Watch it. Radio Silence, like I know they made like VHS and like or at least worked on VHS movies and stuff. I've never seen those, but you know, from the start of Ready or Not to Scream 5 to Scream 6 to Abigail, here we are.
Is that the direct lineage of their movies?
That's the like last 4 in a row.
Okay.
So, you know, Ready or Not, Scream 5, Scream 6, Abigail.
Right.
And all 4 of those, I love all of them.
Yeah.
So, I going into this movie, I assumed, hey, it's Radio Silence. I love their last 3 movies. I kind of already have the Radio Silence feel of what the movies are going to be like. And
This
I went
hit
in,
it.
and it hit it exactly.
This hit it, yeah.
It felt like a Radio Silence film.
I like, from what I know about like their movies, I would say that this feels. What was the first movie again? Why am I blanking?
Ready or Not.
Ready or Not. This feels
Tomorrow
closer,
Weaving.
This feels closer in tone to Ready or Not
It does.
than
Scream.
But I feel like Scream is also like a pre-established franchise. They couldn't.
They just took
didn't-
over and
they didn't try to change the mold.
I agree.
They maybe did some of their own twists, aka
Which is
not killing people. But
this is what I was hoping for, a Ready or Not-esque movie.
Yes,
That's what I was hoping for.
yeah, and this hit it pretty good. So overall base level, let's just go ahead and start with like our scores. I think that's the safest way to do it, and then we can kind of like talk about
establish why.
like what we liked about it, what we didn't. You know,
right. I'll let you go first because I feel like I usually go first when it's like a movie that I like.
All right, yeah.
In reference to me,
I get you. This movie's an 8, 100%.
Okay.
Like, I was thinking about doing an 8.5. I was like, it's really good, but I was like, I got to think about it a little more. I was like, anything above like 8 is like upper echelon, and like, I think this movie was really good, and everything it tried to do, I think it did well, with a few minor exemptions. But I wouldn't call this like a movie that's like, it's not redefining anything. It's not like setting trends, I don't think. But everything it attempts to do, I think it does extremely well. So, I mean, I can get into that more as we go into specific talks about like, you know, pacing, you know, maybe the order of certain things and stuff like that. But overall, I really like the movie. So, yeah.
So everything you just said, shut them down. I'm going with an 8.5. That's what I had initially before you even started talking.
Cool. All right. I mean, I'm down with it.
No, it's actually a vampire movie of recent times that's not absolute garbage. I know you said it doesn't like redefine anything, which is true, but it's a vampire movie that's good. Like, can you believe that in 2024? Hold on.
Wait a minute.
But
we already had Twilight.
That's not recent.
Did it have to be recent?
I said recent.
I guess I just wasn't listening.
Yeah, that's always. That's why we're best friends. Yeah.
I was trying to chew my ice silently.
Sure. Anyway,
Twilight
yeah. So
is always recent in my heart. Go fuck yourself. Do you know what shirt I own?
Are we Edward or are we?
Dude, I thought I was gonna be Team Edward for the rest of my life, but as soon as I got that Bella, where the hell have you been, Locust shirt, I've never been able to get Jacob out of my head.
Yep, you're done for. My mom's gonna come for you. She has Edward posters for days. And guess what?
Tear them down and replace them with Jacob posters.
She'll fight you for
in
it.
2024.
Dude, my mom and you are gonna have like beef for days. You got the Marvel versus DC. Are you Superman or Batman? If you had to pick between the two.
See, if I were like 4 years old, I would have said, Batman. Yeah, I really relate to Batman, the way he's just always so dark and mysterious all the
Edgy.
time. But no, I think realistically, Superman.
Man, my mom actually might not have it out for you. You might be
Superman.
Like, that's like one of her top. She's like, Superman's the GOAT.
That's a
and
banger, yeah.
everyone in like our family is like, not me, but everyone else, like, I don't even care. I'm not even in the debate. But they're like, Batman. And then she's like, RPG. Anyway, back to the Abigail.
Yeah, Abigail. What's
so
that movie?
This movie, the cast alone makes it an 8. Dude, you don't understand. Melissa, freaking Catherine Newton, like those two alone got you. Literally, and
she's been doing it lately.
Oh yeah,
Catherine Newton.
And I don't know the actors' names, but the main 4 core there, the 4 core, see what I did there?
I got you.
The radius house.
I can't.
The one that you know, that was in the Godzilla movie that we reviewed not too long ago. He was like the best human character in that movie, and in this movie, he's not the best, but he's still super good. And you know what's funny?
I can't think of his name. What's that?
Is that this character, if you wouldn't have told me that was the same guy, I wouldn't have even known. Like, he acts and looks completely different than what he did in the Godzilla movie. And
yeah, like that's range.
Yeah, like I said, he's
that's
cooking.
range within like a month and a half of movies coming out.
And also the big buff dude that's in this movie, that guy is from the TV show The Strain. He was in it as the Rat King, and the whole time I'm like, I know this guy. I loved him in whatever he was in, but I can't think of it. I looked it up, and he even referenced The Strain in this movie. So if you haven't watched The Strain, go watch it. It's a fun show.
I didn't know what he was from, but he does look super familiar. I feel like I have also seen him in something, but I've not seen that, so I don't know.
That's like your main 4 characters that are in this show and like stand out in the show. Yeah, in this movie that stand out to me the most. Right. There's other characters, and Abigail herself, awesome dude. The ballerina touch added to the vampire.
That was like a cool little twist. Like, you know, if you're gonna be alive for so many hundreds of years,
gotta have a hobby.
Yeah, you've got to perfect. Like, isn't that the thing with like Twilight? Like, if you're gonna be alive for that long and you're not rich, you're doing something wrong.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Now imagine if Abigail comes out with like a sequel, but it's not Abigail; it's a different like little girl or a little boy.
I want to see the Abigail Megan crossover.
And that'd be nice. But imagine
they both dance.
But imagine, since we're talking about hobbies for like vampires who have lived so long, imagine we follow this like boy vampire and he's just a pro gamer. So like he's locked up. They have him like hidden. They're gonna get the money, whatever. Like the first movie. Okay. And then just in there, it's just like, shouldn't you be in school, you little shit? You know what I mean?
I do have to wonder one thing. How in his hundreds of years of being alive,
he just played Fortnite, cranking 90s.
How was he doing that in 1890?
Yeah, but like,
I mean, that's
in current days. Like, he's just a gamer now. Maybe he was playing the initial Pong. That's when like he spawned. When
Pong. Known for a big reaction time.
Dude.
Game div.
All right, are we gonna stream Pong? I'll kick your ass. Like, I literally will do it.
Brother, I don't think you want my smoke.
Nonetheless, Abigail as a character is awesome. She brings a lot of fun. She's a cool villain. And there are some twists in the villain department, and there's some twist in... The ending is not something that I expected, actually. The ending is nowhere near what I thought was going to happen. So there are some twists and turns here, other than your initial, yo, she's the bad guy, we die. Cool. There's a little bit of extra spice in there. Overall, that's your main plot, but like there's
some ice spice in there.
There's not ice spice in there. Don't watch it. I'm sorry, but
that's not in there.
I'm sorry. I've probably like triggered 9 million people.
I don't think so. I don't know one person that says yes. I listen to Ice Spice.
I only know one person that listens to Kanye West. So let's hear some of your takes, dude.
Okay. I think this movie's pretty good.
Wow. That's it. Just stop.
My opinions are my opinions.
That's it. Later.
See ya. No, but to not make a short thing long.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. So I thought the effects in this movie were great. There's actually, I don't even want to say what's going on in the scene, but there's like this one scene that's like disturbingly disgusting, and like, obviously it's not CGI, and there's a lot of this movie that's not. There's some of it that is, of course, but just a lot of, the gore and everything in this movie is so visceral a lot of the times that, like, obviously you're not there, and I'm not going to say, like, oh, it's, like, from the camera's perspective, the viewer watching the movie or anything, but, like, sometimes it feels like, oh, wow, like, this could have been a good 3D movie, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
And, like, it's just, like, yeah, it's a lot. Like, it's in your face sometimes, but it's also subdued. Like, a lot of this movie is just, like, I don't want to say tension, because I don't think this was the most, like, this was not an edge of your seat type movie.
No, absolutely
There
not.
were a few, okay, my favorite thing about Abigail, and this isn't like a story spoiler or even like a concept spoiler, but like whenever she was like running at them, dude,
that was dope.
I was going to piss and shit myself.
Well, like I said,
in real life.
she has moments where she's like, full sprinting, but then she also has the moments where she's just toying with them and doing her ballerina like on like the wall and like just bouncing around. It's so cool. Yeah. Like that touch just really spiced up the movie in a unique way. And I had to give it to him. That's why I swayed more to the 0.5 of 8 because of the uniqueness of the ballerina type and the way she moves. Like she moves so flawlessly and it looks so cool. Props to her, man.
Yeah. The girl did a good job.
Yeah, like, she was just menacing.
Had to she had to be creepy. She had to be like, I mean, in the movie she has to act like a
crazy psycho,
like a crazy psycho and a helpless girl in the earlier parts.
Yeah, exactly.
Well. So,
yeah.
Like, all stages of that are there. Dude, like, I thought the acting was done well.
They just the actors they picked fantastic, man.
Pacing of this movie was really good. I had one minor gripe.
Okay.
And I briefly talked to you about this. I feel like they underutilized some of the kills. And I told you specifically about one, which obviously we're not going to get into kills.
Well, that's probably the only one I will agree with you.
There was one I want to say they could have reversed who it happened to. Like maybe the first and the second kill, we'll say. If they would have reversed those characters and just eliminated how one of them died entirely because I didn't like it. Mm-hmm. I think there could have been something really cool there. I think if the second kill happened and the first kill was just something else entirely, I think it could have been really, really cool. Ultimately, though, this movie's good. It's really good. I liked it. It kept me guessing for what was going to happen next, and I liked it. And I'm glad they didn't do Scream 7. Or 6 or 7 or whatever movie it is. They earned it. Like, they earned doing this movie.
Yeah. I was going to say,
it wasn't like a waste.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like they came off Scream 5 and 6 and then they made a complete bomb afterwards.
Yeah.
You know? Because, like I said, Ready or Not was so good. And if you're wanting to watch Abigail and you've seen Ready or Not and you liked Ready or Not, you're going to love this movie.
Yeah.
If you liked Ready or Not, you're absolutely going to like Abigail.
Yeah.
And honestly, the only thing I would have changed about Abigail is putting Samara Weaving in it. That would have been, perfect. Would have loved her to see her in there, too, because Samara Weaving's just legendary. But, I don't know. There's not really many gripes I have with this movie, because this movie is advertised as a comedy slashery-ish movie.
Yeah,
and that's what it is.
We could talk about the comedy. I guess I didn't even really touch on that.
Because the comedy is actually, a lot of it lands.
The quips
it's
and,
good.
all the quick stuff, it's good. I just remembered my actual biggest gripe outside of the kills, and this is the other thing I remember I hate as a plot device.
What's that?
This movie features the thing that I hate the most. It's the I'm a good judge of reading people, and then they use it as exposition. Like,
that scene.
You're ex-military. Yeah, you wear your boots like that because you could never quite let go.
Your parents.
Let me guess. Your parents are rich, and you're just looking for an escape. Stuff like that. I hate that. I hate it. It never makes sense because a lot of the time, the reasons they give is just this could mean one of 10 things.
You shaved your head because it can't grow back anymore because of your daughter making you pull it out. So now you can't grow back your normal hair.
Spot on, for real, man. Yeah. That being said, those were my two gripes. I would have changed around some of the kills and maybe eliminated one of them for something else.
So I agree on that.
Great.
I agree on the exposition part of that.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, none of that really even mattered. None of their backgrounds matter at all. Because, realistically, these people that are in this movie are all strangers. They don't know each other. They don't know names. They don't know where they're from, their backgrounds at all. And then there is a scene where you learn about the characters for our interest.
Right.
They don't do it they're supposed to be unknowing, but they do it for us to know and get attached to the characters, obviously. But I mean, after they initially tell us what their characters are and stuff, they don't really matter too much, to be honest. They don't come back into the story at all really later. I mean, you have little nits and picks of oh, well, they're this, so they're doing that. No spoilers, but the lollipop thing, how she's always sucking on the candy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, there's little details like that, but for the main focus, none of that really matters.
Yeah.
So to me, it wasn't that big of a deal, but I understand where you're coming from with that, for sure.
That's fair. Do we have anything else we really want to say? I mean, I've talked about gore. I mean, visuals in general. The lighting was good in the movie. Vampire movies need good lighting for very obvious reasons.
Especially since this movie is in one confined giant mansion space, and it's all completely like dark and stuff. And then there are scenes where like it's morning, and you see like light coming through specific spots and stuff, and like all that works very well. And I love that. If you've seen Ready or Not, if you've seen the end of the movie where things start going down and things start blowing up, like blood splatters, they use that in this movie. And when it happened, I was like, "Yeah, baby!"
Yeah.
It even makes like the same noise and everything. Yep. I was like, "Yeah." So like that was like an Easter egg in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be cool if we just like low key found out these movies are in the same universe. Just that'd be cool. There's so much weird shit going on in one universe.
It wouldn't surprise me if they like came out. There are rumors, but there's never.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't, but it'd be cool just to know that Samara Weaving's out there murdering a family somewhere.
I mean,
and her just
put together the Avengers. Her Samara Weaving and Abigail and Melissa
Barrera. Yeah, and then. Yeah, get those two final girls together. Let's get some Tree from Happy Death Day. Oh. You know, get those three together.
Okay, we've cooked.
Got the trio right there.
The trio, yeah, with an E. Anyway,
but
do you have anything else to say?
Good movie.
Yep.
Go watch it. I mean, they deserve the money. I think this is a movie you should go see in theaters to support these type of movies. I love these, like, because this is like a movie just like the other Catherine Newton movie that she had, the Frankenstein one.
Yeah.
That's one I unfortunately didn't get to go see, and I wish I would have, because I heard that one didn't do very well in box office.
Yeah, I think it made like $10.
And that's unfortunate, because the same people that made that movie, I think, are the ones that made the Megan Fox Jennifer's Body movie. And they're in the same universe. Those two are.
Weird.
Those two are in the same universe. And it's funny because Jennifer's Body, when it came out, had terrible box office numbers too.
Really?
But now it's like considered like a classic. But
for the longest time, I only knew about Jennifer's Body because there was like back when I had DVDs, there was like a trailer for Jennifer's Body. I was like, I want to see that movie so bad.
Megan Fox?
I was like,
Ooga?
I was like, I want to see that movie so bad. And then like the actual movie comes on, it's just like Wild Hogs.
It's a good movie.
Wild Hogs?
No.
Oh,
Jennifer's Body.
Wild Hogs is a good movie too.
You ever seen it? I don't know what that is.
It's the one where like the four like middle-aged men go across the country on their motorcycles. And it's like Tim Allen and like John Travolta and William H. Macy and Martin Lawrence.
Is that gonna be us here soon?
I mean, well,
we're getting there.
We're older than middle-aged now.
We're not.
Yeah, you're right. We're 24.
What are you talking about? But yeah, Abigail, go watch it. 8.5 out of 10 from me. The gore was great. Characters, acting, all of it fantastic. It's a super fun, comedic, horrific watch. And there's some throws in there that throw you through a loophole. Great on my end.
I just hate him, so it's an 8 out of 10. Goodbye.
Okay.